music came before the actual help did. Music was really when I felt like the way I was just wrong. I feel like music was there to make me feel like I was right.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Soul Serum podcast. I live in discomfort. It's the only way that I can grow. Host Clay Bonine. I am joined by my I don't think I'm all right. It's like 5 a.m. co-host Tanner Mavis. And we are back on the motherfucking podcast. Episode number 40.
Yes, Sirski.
Look at us, man.
That was really clever.
Look at us. Thank you. I want to remind everybody to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Soul Serum. Subscribe to us on YouTube, the main page, the TV page. New video out now. A new video coming out at the end of this week. And speaking of new videos, I want to introduce our guest on the show today. Everybody get your sunscreen out because there is a lot of fair skin on the podcast today. We are doing our second Zoom interview. Our guest does not do cocaine, but he is a redheaded emo pop rapper. And funny enough, he's our second guest from New Jersey on the show. You can go stream his new song, Frostbitten, anywhere, but in my opinion, you should go watch the video on YouTube. Today on the show, we have Ethan Ross. Ethan, welcome to the Soul Serum podcast.
Hello, such a warm welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I wish we could do this in person. It feels like you're here, but unfortunately you're not though. But are you just in your bedroom right now?
I'm sitting on my bed in my bedroom. Yes, sir.
Very wholesome.
Keeping it real. Huh?
I said it's very wholesome.
Yeah, just, keeping it real. Keeping it cool, calm, collected.
Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this interview, let's start from the beginning. Tell us about growing up in New Jersey.
I grew up in the suburbs of Livingston, New Jersey. It is, one of the more interesting things about it is that it's like 30 to 40 minutes outside of New York. So I grew up having that like right there all the time. New York is really cool, really vibing.
Is that is that a super common thing when you're like growing up? Do you take like field trips to New York all the time?
Yeah. Family over there too. So I spent a lot of time over there.
Yeah. Well, when in your time growing up in New Jersey, when did the music start coming in? Like when did you first get that itch and start creating music?
I started writing poetry in elementary school, and some of it sounded like rapping. I didn't know what it was, but I knew I was just writing words and that I could rhyme when I wanted to. I was really into metal specifically, like really hard, heavy music at a very young age.
Can you give me some examples of some bands that you were into?
As I Lay Dying.
Okay. All right. I see where we're at.
Terror. Do you know Terror?
No.
On Earth?
No, I've only heard of As I Lay Dying.
Trivium is a more known one. Trivium?
You are okay.
Flame.
I kind of thought you were, I'm not going to lie, I thought you were going to go into like some kind of like metalcore, like post-hardcore stuff, but this is like real metal that you're into.
Because there was a compilation CD that came out when I was like 8 years old called Sounds of the Underground.
Okay.
And I saw the TV commercial. I somehow managed to either purchase it or download it or something. And for a while, that album was like all I listened to, because for some reason the music on that album, and a lot of the bands were not from the US, like a lot of the bands were from like Europe or some other place. And then for some reason it really resonated with me. And at the same time I was getting into hip hop, like Kanye West and 50 Cent. Eminem, and my sister was also really into Lupe Fiasco, so I was listening to a bit of him as well. My sister was just into a lot of hip hop, so like growing up, I was exposed to just great music because her taste was just fire. Like my sister's music taste was super fire. So then just hanging out with her, my taste became fire because she just knew all the good shit, basically.
Damn, shout out to your sister.
Another band she put me on to, The Used?
No, dude, you are giving us some crazy gems right now. No.
All right, and like Fall Out Boy. That's like one.
Yeah,
we all know Fall Out Boy.
Now we're talking.
All right, yeah, Fall Out Boy. Super dope.
So you started writing poetry. You start listening to hip hop via your sister. When did you start taking it seriously, though? When were you like, oh shit, I think I could probably make some music?
Fantastic story arc, plot point connection. All right, so years later, I'm 14, and I start getting into freestyle battles at school, and then I realize, wow, like I can freestyle. I love this, and I want to do this because I love it. And I started writing raps, and I started just writing about whatever the fuck I wanted to. And it helped me get a lot of shit off my chest, and it helped me get all my like anger out. So I kind of used it as like my outlet for a little bit for just anger management and just to make sure I had something to focus all of my like, I don't know, it's all of like the bad shit. It was my outlet. Like for some people, it's like lifting weights or like, I don't know, meditation. Like
right.
For me, it was just writing raps, and it would just get it all out there. And so it really just helped me emotionally. I would just write about what was in my life. Like if there was a situation in my life that was like pissing me off, like with some friends or with a girl, I would literally just write verses about it, about like the literal events that took place in my life. And I think from a young age, like why people I knew liked what I was doing is because they felt the authenticity in it, because I would literally mainly tell stories from like shit that was like actually happening or shit that actually happened to me. So people would be like, damn, like this means a lot to him. This is cool. And now like I'm way older and I kind of just have the same thing. Like I just try to take what really happens or really happened to me and convert it into song. So it's palatable, but still like genuine to me type shit.
That's so far you're doing great, because that segues perfectly into something that I wanted to ask you, which is like, it seems to me like making music is like a version of therapy for you. I think a lot of your songs, we see you working through emotions and like using these songs as a vehicle to release them. So that is like a fair analysis then.
That's what metal was for me. Like before any genre, like I would just listen to it and it felt like I was just getting it all out there. Mm-hmm. Like all those really heavy, and rap kind of has the same energy really, because it's really just taking everything you felt and just getting it all out there and not giving a fuck what anybody has to say. That's really what it's about. And so, yeah, most of my songs just have that type of energy because I'm literally expressing what I feel taking place when I felt it. And like what I felt in that month, I'll like encapsulate it in the song. And
is it hard sometimes to figure out how to like wrap that all up into one singular idea?
Yeah, it can be hard sometimes.
Yeah, I gotta imagine like, cause emotions obviously are, they're not simple. It's very complex, and like using music as like the vehicle to get it all out. There's like a certain like degree of like translation, I feel like, from like your brain to the music. But I gotta imagine if you've been doing this so long with these songs that your blade's kind of been sharpened by doing this for so long.
It's sharpened, but for a while I really misplaced the blade and I didn't know where to find it. So I probably misplaced that blade for years, and then I just picked it up again within the past year. That's why like everything I'm doing has spiked, and why like people just like my stuff more now is because I think I lost who I was for a while, and then I refound it because I just surrounded myself with the right people. Mm-hmm. That's really what did it, and just life, I guess, brought it back out of me. But yeah, like in my opinion, everybody's capable. You just gotta like remember what your strengths are and really hone in on the strengths, because some people really have it. Just don't get distracted and let other shit take that from you.
Yeah, I saw a clip the other day. The good old Instagram Explore page hit me with some knowledge. It was like a Nipsey Hussle interview where he talks about like the only difference between me and somebody else who's watching this is that I didn't quit. I went through every emotion. That's why I call it the marathon.
Future said the same thing.
Yeah,
he said reason why I'm here is because I never gave up. He didn't give up, like, and it really shows. You know, a lot of people like life has this funny way of discouraging even the most confident people. Mm-hmm. And you could be like a god and still have that moment that knocks the wind out of you. Yeah. And it's about, after that moment knocks the wind out of you and drains you of all your happiness, are you going to get back up and keep going? Or are you going to say that failure is permanent? And I've had that moment probably, it feels like 100 times. And It's just like, I feel like everything I ever did was a mistake. I feel like I make more mistakes than anybody, but I can't stop. I have to keep going. I have to see this through. Like, I'm not going to stop. I've really put in too much. I've just put in too much blood, sweat, and tears for this to be over. So it's not going to be over.
No cap. No fucking cap. So by the time this interview is out, your song Frostbitten will be out everywhere.
We'll be at 1 million.
It's a million views.
In a weekend.
We manifesting right now. Talk to me a little bit about that song. It kind of, my analysis of it is that it's kind of like a look into some mental health struggles from like past trauma and how that affects you going forward. So talk to me a little bit about that song and what emotions were you trying to transport through that song?
Just feeling like I let down everyone and feeling like I just the weight of insecurities. Just how it feels when your insecurities make you feel like you can't go out and do shit. Like, I wrote the chorus in like 2018 wintertime. I was like writing over some YouTube beat, like an X-type beat. And I was just writing about how like sometimes I get in moods in like the wintertime where I start to hate myself and feel uncomfortable with like myself physically or myself emotionally or mentally. And it makes me just not want to just commit to things. And it makes me just not want to like believe in myself and my capabilities. And so I just was like, I was writing more from that perspective with the chorus. And then it carried over into the verse really well, because the verse kind of opens up more of like a specific story about that, where I'm kind of talking about like, I guess, family shit. And I guess just in general, kind of feeling like you're on the edge, like life's been pushing you so hard and you feel like you're on the edge because you're just tired of feeling like a disappointment. So like something's got to give. Either like I'm going to break through and be great, or I'm going to kill myself, or like somewhere in between. I don't know. But yeah, like
both sides of the spectrum, but at least you feel something. It's like that kind of vibe, right? Yeah. And, you know, I just happened to record the shit at the perfect time with the perfect person. And the alignment for like just the day I recorded it, it was perfect. And I almost did something completely different for the verse too. And then I was like, nah, I'm going to do this. And then I just put layers on it, put some vocal layers. And I was like, yeah, I like the way this sounds. And then we were like, damn. Well, talk to me a little bit about the video shoot. This kind of goes for you too as well, Tanner. I personally didn't have the pleasure of being there in LA, but I'm just curious what y'all run me through, and John too, but you're not mic'd up. But just run me through that day. Like, what did you all do?
Shit. Well, first of all, like Ethan, the whole shoot, like it was like a last second thing because like we were going to LA and we had a shoot fall through. And I was just like, you know, like I was just put on our story, like we need to get another shoot in to make this trip like worth our time.
Oh, I was all over it, man.
Yeah, you were the first. You were the first one to hit us. So I was just, we've been.
I think Matt hit you first though, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. His manager hit me first because he told me like even before Mirage, like we were trying to get a video with you to where you come out to Cincinnati or something, but something just.
You know why it didn't happen? Because my shit wasn't organized, and I would plan the rollout for the song last minute, like literally after I dropped the song. Whereas rollout should be planned before a song so you can get the video ahead of time.
Yeah.
I was unorganized because pandemic had me all fucked up.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to do with my songs anymore. I dropped Vertigo and I was like, oh, the song's out. Now I need a video. Where in reality, it's better for you to like do a video beforehand. And you think that's oblivious, but you think that's obvious. But I was oblivious to the fact it was obvious because my head was just in a million different clouds. And that's part of the reason why I fucking hated myself for so long. Because like, damn, I'm doing everything wrong.
But hey, I hate myself. He spit some bars right there. He said, it's supposed to be obvious, but I was oblivious to the fact that it was obvious.
It was supposed to be obvious, but it was oblivious. And now I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot because I'm pretty sick. I'm an idiot.
Jamie, pull up an Eminem type beat real quick.
Please. I'm going to fight Eminem.
Ethan Ross versus Eminem.
Ethan Ross versus Eminem. Let's go. Marshall, if you're listening, fucking, we could get it all set up for you, bro. Okay, so you put it on the Soul Serum story.
Yeah. And
Ethan
then
replied. So you all, but we've been trying to work together.
Yeah. Ever since like we dropped with Mirage.
Yeah.
He wanted to. We wanted to get something together and this was just like the perfect time because he was out in LA and we were coming out there and we were just like, all right, yeah, send some music through. I think
Fun fact. When I messaged you, the response to that Instagram story, when I sent you that DM, I was in New Jersey.
Oh, for real?
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And I knew I was going to come back to LA, but I wanted to come back. I wanted to do the video so bad, I was willing to go back just to do the video. That's really the main reason why I came back, to be honest.
And we got it done.
Very fire.
But yeah, we went out to LA.
It was kind of like a run and gun shoot, right?
Yeah,
like it was kind of.
It was run and gun. The shoot was like very sporadic, and like we went to the train station, and like soon as we got there, the dude on the intercom said, "You cannot be filming." I forget exactly what he said, but no professional photography can be about. He's like pretty much saying that we had to go. So like he saw us on the security camera or whatever. So we kind of just like went to the side for a little bit, and we just like
really bluffed.
We all just decide we had to make up our mind, like, do we want to keep shooting here? Or do we want to like? So we just made up our mind, like, all right, we're gonna get like quick shots like right in front of the train. They're gonna hop on the train, go to the next city, film on the train, get off the train, and then get back on and come back to where we were.
I love that.
And
yeah,
it was really like whenever those moments happen on set, like I'm just like fuck, like I'm just like god damn it,
it
like,
could all turn like really quickly.
Yeah, it could turn like but I'm not the one shooting, and then like Noah and John are just like, nah, bro, we're doing this, like we're getting it done. Like they rather get arrested and like do the shoot and get arrested than like not get the shoot done. You know what I mean?
Guys.
So that's why it's great having those types of people that are actually shooting. You know what I mean? But like I kind of just like went to the side, and I was just like, you know what? Like I'm gonna get my car. I'll meet you guys at the next station, because they had to hop on, they had to pay for the shit and like hop on the train and go to the next one. I wouldn't try to pay and get on the train. So shit, it was like some real run and gun shit. Like it was, we did the train station. That was the sketchiest part, because they went through like a really like
they got stuck on the first one.
Oh yeah, they did get stuck on the fucking train.
It was before
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Wait. So just Noah and Ethan got on the wrong.
Noah, Ethan, and Fiki.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah. So a lot of shit that just happened. That's what happens when you do a fucking run and gun and.
No, that sounds
And then
like
we ended up getting some like really cool shots like above overlooking the city in this like really nice fucking part of the hills. I forget what part of Mulholland Drive. Yeah.
Shout out David Lynch.
And that's the scene where you see the orange planet. And, and the shooting star and shit.
My personal favorite shot in the video is like, I think it's like maybe like 3/4 of the way through. It's when Ethan's like walking away from the train tracks and the things come up.
Oh yeah,
and the lights turn off. I was like,
that too.
Ooh,
that took us a couple of times because like the shit would only go up or when we had to time it to when the train was coming by, and the train would come by like every like 7 to like 15 minutes type shit. So like we did it like 2 or 3 times. We had to time it up like perfectly. But yeah, that turned out really fire. My favorite shot is when, which I don't even think I was there to see this shot, but it was like when you see like Ethan's reflection in the train window, and he's kind of just like belting out singing type shit. Like that part felt like very like parallel to like what the song like feels like, kind of just like like reflecting like a reflection of yourself. Like you're looking at yourself and you're just kind of just like, it's just you and your thoughts, and just I don't know, that felt
precisely.
Like that felt like the epitome of what the song like means. But
precisely.
What was your favorite shot? Since me and Tanner shared our favorite shots, what's your favorite shot in the video?
I really, really like the part where you see like, is there like a burning sun? It's the sun, right?
Mm-hmm. Nah, I mean, John said it's a planet. Like it's
a planet?
Yeah, like he just made it up. Like he created that.
That was my favorite part.
The planet.
That shit, yeah, it just tripped me out a little bit. Like it made me feel like, oh my God, like this video, that made the video like have more, I don't know, it made me feel.
Yeah,
it just made me feel. I don't know how to.
That's good.
It.
No,
it made me feel something.
That's I love that. It made me feel. Period. That's it. That's like all you have to say. I know exactly what you mean.
It. I don't know what it made me feel, but it made me feel like, oh my God, like this video is like, it's like a video. Like this is serious. like this shit is crazy. Like,
I have a question. I'm just like genuinely curious. How did you find out about Soul Serum? Because I don't really like know how people find out about us sometimes. I just like, it just happens, you know? How did you find out?
The first time I heard of Soul Serum was Babyface, because I've been following him for a long time.
New Jersey, shout out Babyface. He was like episode number like 4 of the podcast, actually. Damn, that's weird. Babyface was number 4. Ethan's number 40.
40. That's crazy.
It was around like this time last year. I think it was. I mean, maybe a couple more months.
I think it had to have been
like September or October or something like that.
Yeah, it was like fall
That's
time.
Crazy. Yeah,
it's crazy. It's been that long already.
I know, dude. I can't believe that we're already episode. Anywho. So through Babyface is how you found out about Soul Serum?
Yeah, but I would have found out because Soul Serum works with a whole bunch of artists I know besides Babyface. So even if Face didn't do the video, I still would have heard of you guys.
Yeah.
100%.
Shout out.
Kind of what happened.
You've collabed with like a couple, or at least interact with like a couple of artists that we've worked with.
I've made a bunch of songs with Babyface. None of them have come out yet, though.
You also have a song with Killbunk, right?
I have 2 songs with Killbunk. I knew him like not way back, but like 2019. So before this era.
Man, we still got to get him on the podcast. I remember when we shot with him, I was like, yeah, bro. Like I was explaining to him the podcast. And I was like, yeah, bro, you could like hop on a Zoom call and we could do it. And he was like, man, fuck that. We're doing it in person. I was like, yeah, all right, sick. Let's do it, punk.
That's mad. That impression was really funny.
Shout out, Kill Bunk if you're listening. I don't mean to offend, but you kind of talk like
Nah, he's cool.
My guy. What's up, everybody? It is Clay Bonine. I am joined by
The co-host, Tanner Mavis.
We here at the Soul Serum Podcast are excited to announce that we are supported by Manscaped. And you know what? Summer is coming. And are you all ready for summer? Are you ready to have a hot boy summer? Be one of the 2 million hot boys worldwide that trust Manscaped with their below-the-belt grooming. They just launched their 4th generation performance package, which includes the Lawnmower 4.0, which you already know we are big fans of. But it also includes the Weed Whacker, which is the ear and nose hair trimmer, the Crop Preserver ball deodorant, and the Crop Reviver toner, the boxer briefs that me and Tanner are both wearing right now, as a matter of fact, and a travel bag to hold all of the goodies. Now, Tanner, are you planning on going to any sort of beach, any sort of water-centered vacation?
I am going to the beach again.
You're going to the beach again?
With my girlfriend's family, yes.
Damn, so you went with your family, and she went with you, and then you're going to go with your family.
Sounds like I need to upgrade my tools.
Yeah, all I'm saying, man, is that if you want to get your beach bod looking right and you want to look good in that Speedo that I'm sure you're a big fan of wearing.
Yeah, my American flag Speedo.
American flag Speedo. We support the American flag Speedo. Then you might want to look into getting the Performance Package 4.0. It has all the great things that I just mentioned in there. And, of course, it has our favorite, the Lawnmower 4.0. Now, you know, we know that the Lawnmower 4.0 is girlfriend approved. Is it girlfriend family approved? You know, I don't know. But you might be able to find out. If you all want to help support the podcast and you want to get your summer confidence unlocked, do it the right way. Do it with Manscaped. Go on manscaped.com to get 20% off and free worldwide shipping with our promo code SoulSerumPod. That's right. You heard me. 20% off and free shipping worldwide with our code SoulSerumPod on manscaped.com. Escape the shrubs and weeds this summer and shine with Manscaped. Now back to the podcast. So I have to ask,
yes.
You only have like a few small EPs out on streaming platforms, and I know that like
that's gonna change.
Okay. So like nowadays, with the way that people consume music, it's not like the most necessary to have an album, or like a larger project. But I feel like, in a traditional sense, it is. So I guess you have answered one of my questions. Are we getting a longer project? But what is that? Can you just tell us about it? You don't have to give us the whole thing, but like let us in a little bit on what you're thinking.
Shit, like what am I thinking the project is gonna be?
Yeah. Like
in a very general sense.
What's it gonna sound like?
It's gonna sound like some crazy shit. Like,
are you working on a project?
Kinda. I think it's happening unintentionally to be a project because I just made like 3 songs I think are really, really good and they all kind of sound alike. So they kind of go cohesively because like the shit I've been doing lately is just kind of like a pivot from my older stuff where like it's a little bit more rock leaning, and I'm excited for that. Yeah.
Man, well, now is the fucking time to do it with, we've talked about it many times on this show, but just
I just know
the ability of like genre blending in the hip hop space.
Yeah. The thing is when I wanted to do it, which I always wanted to do it, I didn't want it to come off as like, oh yeah, he's like doing it because MGK did it. And I love MGK. It's just like, I feel like everybody's doing it for their own reasons type shit. But MGK really made a statement. He came out and he's like, yo, this is lit. And everybody's like, oh shit, like we like MGK. This is dope. And like, I love MGK for real. So I think what he did is super fire in general.
Yeah, honestly, I guess I haven't really thought about it until now, but like ever since that album, there has been a lot of this kind of pop punkish sort of influence.
I feel like a lot of kids like Ethan that grew up on rock or metal or whatever type of rock you were listening to growing up, like a lot of kids that were growing up in that were making hip hop as musicians, but there's a big part of them that wants to do this rock thing, but it wasn't actually it wasn't like really like accepted all the way to go straight rock. You know what I mean?
No, definitely.
Like shifting to that point. It's weird that MGK was the one to fucking break that out, but it happened.
Cleveland.
But I don't know. Like there was some other artists that dabbled. I mean, really? Lil Peep, bro.
Yeah,
like
X and Peep.
Like, a lot of Peep shit was rock, but it had a lot of hip hop like shit in it though.
Well, I mean, even somebody like adjacent, like Willow Smith, her like last single that she put out is just like a pop punk song.
Yeah,
like that's just like straight up what it is. Yeah, Willow Smith very fire too. But yeah, like that.
It's making a comeback. It's crazy. Like like a new like era of like rock music.
Yeah,
and it's
because rock music had a real shit time from like early 2000s up until very recently. Like rock music was really.
I was just on vacation and my dad's favorite band is Rush. I've told you that a couple of times. And the guitarist for Rush, Alex Lifeson, he was in an interview. He said, or somebody asked him like who he's listening to lately, and he said he's excited about this band called Greta Van Fleet, and my dad is just like all over it now, just because Alex Lifeson told him when we listened to it. I'm just like, these dudes just sound like Led Zeppelin,
dude. They literally, Greta Van Fleet sounds exactly like Led Zeppelin, and when they're asked about it in interviews, the dude's like, "No, what are you talking about? No, we don't sound." I'm like, "Yo, man, like I just want to talk to this dude and be like, look, it's like it's fine. You are allowed to do that, but can you not at least be like." You know, yeah, like we take some inspiration from Led Zeppelin. Like, I don't say that you sound exactly like Led Zeppelin, but like, you know, like Robert Plant's a great singer. You know, we love the old kind of metal like, I don't know. I think it is that whole Greta Van Fleet thing is fucking insane to me that they deny.
That is crazy.
Do you know who I'm talking about? Like, have you heard of Greta Van Fleet?
No, I'm very familiar with Led Zeppelin, but
if you listen to a single Greta Van Fleet song, I'm sure you could pick any one. You're gonna be like, wow, these guys sound like Led Zeppelin.
The comments on YouTube are hilarious. When I was going through them,
like, the YouTube comment space,
I bet they're funny as fuck.
I was going through them, and I forget, somebody said like his mom was probably a Robert Plant groupie or something like that. Or like
the YouTube comment section is simultaneously the best and worst place on the internet. It's crazy.
It's great if you're not involved. Like if you're just a fan, or I mean, if you're
it's hilarious.
If you're just like objectively there, just observing whatever this piece of content is. But if you have if you have like
any ties,
any ties to anything or biases, or it could be good or bad. We kind of got off track there. I'm sorry.
Do you ever read comments, Ethan? Do you ever like look at some of the shit on what you post?
Yeah, on YouTube it's mainly positive, but where it's gotten a little bit haywire is TikTok for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
TikTok fucking people are just ruthless, bro. Like, not people. The kids on there. Obviously, it's mostly kids. They're growing up.
It's a lot of grown men.
You think it's grown men?
It depends on the content. Like for a lot of the stuff I posted, it was a decent amount of grown men, like way older than me, like saying some shit as if they saw me in person, they would do something. And there were certain times where I clapped back and I would say some shit, but now I'm at the point where it's just like I don't even want to clap back at people in general. Like even if it's like, because even if it's a grown man commenting on your video and you feel like he's being a bitch, just like let him be. Like it's not worth the response.
Because even if you do clap back, like afterwards, you're just gonna be thinking about your response the whole day, and you just still feel like shit afterwards.
Not
so
you
might as well just like take that negative energy, like digest it, and then fucking transmute it into something positive and move on.
I learned my lesson from hate comments by making the mistake of replying to them, unfortunately. So it's just
I've done that. John gets on me for fucking replying in the comments on YouTube. Because I just fucking love what we do, and I'm just so like fucking like, I'm so.
You're not gonna let nobody talk shit.
Yeah, I don't want anybody
something.
talking shit about what I'm doing, what we're doing. Like, I'm just so like defensive about like what we got going on because I know what we're doing is special. Like, to just call us a fucking knockoff Lyrical Lemonade, like we're doing something. Like, the business model is similar, obviously, and I can see where you can make a connection with the logo, but like we're building our own community. The artists that we're working with are completely different than Lyrical Lemonade artists. Yeah, like the branding and all the colors and everything that we're doing is different. Like it's like the rappers, like it's like there was Young Thug and then like Lil Key, Gunna, Lil Baby. Like we're like a derivative of like what they like paved the way for, but we're doing it in our own way. And just for somebody
also,
just to see
if they want to call you a knockoff, that means they also got to call all the other video channels knockoffs too, because all of you guys are doing stuff for the music people right now. So if all of you guys are knockoffs, then I guess it's a good thing.
And who's to say Lyrical Lemonade is the only platform that gets to make music videos? Like, literally,
exactly,
to build a channel. Like, why are they the only ones? People suck off Cole. Like I did at one point, and I love Cole Bennett. Like, he's been an inspiration to me. But like, people just really, really, like, kids look up to him and just like really dick ride that dude.
They really do.
Cole Bennett, come on the show, man.
Yeah,
we'd love to talk to you. No. I do totally feel. If anybody is in our comments calling us a knockoff Lyrical Lemonade, you better be in the Overcast comments. You better be in the Hive Mind comments. You better be in fucking Rotten Collective comments. You better be in all those motherfucking comments calling people knockoffs.
But in a sense, it's like if you're gonna like even put us next to the name like Lyrical Lemonade and like make that connection.
That is kind of a
like. I mean, I see it as a positive because like if there wasn't Lyrical Lemonade like before us, like maybe like a casual fan wouldn't understand like what we're trying to do. You know what I mean? Like at least like they can see like, oh, okay, like they're trying to build a channel just like they did, but just like for a new generation.
Totally.
I actually get excited when people call me a knockoff Ian Dior and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Like it's the same thing. Like when someone hears
artists.
Yeah, when someone hears like a certain sound, like they try to familiarize it with something that they already know. So it's like when they hear Ethan Ross, they're quick to compare you to Ian Dior, like Poor Stacy or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which I actually like because I get compared to successful artists. So.
I'd say same for us. I'd say Lyrical Lemonade is pretty fucking successful.
They're doing pretty good.
Sounds like success to me. I mean, because to a lot of artists I even listen to, they get hate comments in the YouTube with dudes saying stuff like, "Yo, mom, do we have so and so at home?" Like, or she said, "Mom, can we get so and so at the store?" She said, "No, we have them at home." Them at home, and that's the person. So like if somebody was like, "Yo, can we have Ed Sheeran?" Like, "No, we have Ed Sheeran at home," and I was Ed Sheeran at home, I would actually really like that.
That's funny
that
as fuck.
Hilarious.
God,
I really want Ed Sheeran comparisons because I feel like he's just dumb talented and like
absolutely he is.
I want us to have like a redhead bond where we get to like work together, have a business, maybe friendship. I don't know, but like, redheads.
You gotta develop a lazy eye, like Ed Sheeran.
I didn't realize he had one.
Does Ed Sheeran have a lazy eye?
Dude, I'm pretty sure. Have you not seen pictures of him? Like one eye is like looking like that way. Have you not seen?
No.
Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it was like one picture, but like I think
I never noticed.
Because whenever I see pictures of him, like it kind of looks freaky.
I gotta see. I'm just curious.
I did not notice.
Oh yeah. Well, not that. That looks a little lazy. I'm not gonna lie. That looks a little lazy.
Like, it just looks weird. Looks like they're pointing like opposite directions.
Ed Sheeran, come on the show too, man. We'd love to talk to you. I kind of like. And you know, this is coming from somebody who like does not put themselves out there all the time, but like on some of our TikToks that like have done numbers, like the when people roast me in the comments. I don't want to necessarily say I like it, but it does kind of like, I'm happy to see people are at least so disgusted with me that they're like, I hate this fucking dude in the blue sweater so much that I'm about to comment on this video right now.
That just means you have like, when you have a strong personality, you stick out, and sometimes people don't know how to respond to it. So they'll be like, I don't like him. I don't know why I don't like him, but I just don't like him.
And kids are just fighting for the most liked comment. So if you say the craziest shit, especially TikTok comments, you can get 100K plus likes on a comment if you say
TikTok
something fucking wild.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's just, and back to what I was gonna say about TikTok is like these kids that are growing up on TikTok, and especially like pandemic and just everything's way more digital than even when we were growing up. Like, like these kids can say whatever the fuck they want without consequences of getting punched in the face. You know what I mean? Like they can just so easily just like type whatever the fuck they want and have no consequences because they're just sitting in their room, fucking on their PC, Discord, just fucking chilling, beating their dicks all day, like doing nothing.
It's facts though, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all ever been punched in the face? I mean,
Never.
like legitimately, like fist to the face.
Never.
I've never had a solid one land on me.
I've been punched in the face, but it was not like something that would have knocked me out.
I see. Yeah, I think I've been punched in the face while I'm like in scuffles, but nobody's ever just fucking like really landed one on me. I also don't run my mouth all that much, like to people. But
Me neither. Yeah,
I've never put myself in a situation to like get in a fight before.
I got in a fight in the middle of a dodgeball game in elementary school. It was one of the 2 referrals I got in elementary school.
Damn.
This kid stepped over the line, and he tried to fucking say that he didn't step over the line, and I had a little bit of a temper, possibly at a younger age, and I just like got real fucking mad at this kid and beamed a ball at him, and then he came up to me, and we started scuffling. The motherfucking Cole Lancaster, if you are watching this podcast, you stepped over the fucking line and dodgeball,
and you know
day,
it,
okay?
And he'll pay for it.
And you'll pay for it.
You'll rue this day.
He'll pay for it.
Anywho, enough about getting punched in the face. As we put the global pandemic in the rear view, what are your plans for live shows? Did you perform one this year already? I feel like I remember seeing that.
I like performed, but I wouldn't say it was like an Ethan Ross show. It was more just, I showed up to an event. I just so happens to be able to have a microphone in my hands, and I just kind of had fun, you know.
Word.
It was really like in New York and New Jersey, there's a lot of events where you can kind of just go hang out and like vibe, step up and spit when you're ready. Like it's like jam sessions, really cool. But you know, that there's like a purity to that where you go and there's like no expectations. Everybody's just there to have fun and enjoy themselves and be present. Whereas for a show, like an actual show for an artist, where like they have to have a set, like it's a lot more business
preparation.
Preparation, business centered, but still like the way I look at it is when I go on stage, even if I have a prepared set, it has to be fun. Like I have to go on stage and be able to black the fuck out and just go as crazy as I want, or else I'm not even going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So the first official show I'm playing is August 5th in Jersey, which is really cool. I'm excited for that. Yeah. I'm having 2 of my friends on stage with me. One of them is going to play piano and one of them is going to play guitar. So we're going to do a few... Yeah, we're going to do a few acoustic songs to like make it a little intimate. And then of course I'll just like perform over my backing track and just turn up because I don't care about the vocals being in the background. I really don't care. When I'm signed and when I'm in like a situation with a higher budget, I'll have like a super well thought out set and everything. But for now, I'm just going to do what I do, have fun doing it. Make sure everybody else in the room is having fun too, because what's life if you're not doing that?
True. That is the whole point of live music. So if like when you get signed and your label person's like, hey man, here's $20,000. Here's $20,000 for this show, just for the budget to set it up. What are you gonna do?
I wanna go crazy. Sorry, I'm like a bunch of external things are happening right now. Hold on.
All good. Take your time.
External, not internal, external. All right. Yeah, I just want to go crazy. Like I want like a cow on stage.
A live cow?
Yeah, I want like snow.
Okay, I don't know about the live cow. We can definitely make snow happen for sure, though. For sure.
Or like a robot cow would be dope. Or like a robot donkey, so I can make it like Shrek themes. I don't know. Because this one dude I'm cool with was at like some weird mall in Southern California or someplace where they had like, there was a robotic donkey for no reason. And I was like, bro, what movie is this? He was in a public place with a robot donkey. I literally was like, bro, what movie is this? And he's like, this is Shrek 9, The Return of the Terminator. And I was like, I thought that shit was so funny.
So it is going to be the Ethan Ross Shrek Terminator tour coming to a city near you.
Who would not come to see that?
That shit would be crazy.
Who would not come to see that, bro?
I like to think that like the guy who plays Shrek is gonna be a dude who's like not really into it. He's like he's smoking cigarettes backstage. When do I come out? What? Get out of my swamp. Fuck it, whatever.
Probably.
Bro, I remember when we were out in LA, when we were just kicking it, hanging out at the Airbnb. This kid just he would just ramble on, be just saying nonsense the whole entire time, and we were all just crying, laughing, just like whenever Ethan was there, just like he'd be saying the most random shit, and I'd just be dying laughing. And that just made me remember it because I'm having that same feeling right now.
I don't even remember what it was that I said. I don't remember one detail. Like
I just remember me, Trip, and Fiki were on the couch just fried, just crying, like literally, like I was in tears.
I was definitely laughing really hard.
I'm in tears right now, bro. That shit was fucking funny. I bet if you don't have the fucking Ethan Ross Shrek Terminator tour, like I'm gonna be upset.
We might need to at least
Soul Serum's gonna sponsor that shit, bro.
Yes.
When we do another video with Ethan, we'll have to, John, just start making some animations now, man. We're gonna need some robot Shrek, robot donkey vibes.
Bro, we should have had that in the fucking video, bro. Why didn't you tell us this before?
Instead of the planet,
like literally a planet, you see like a Shrek Terminator thing just floating in the midair, and like fucking you get hawked up by a Shrek Terminator UFO at the end of the video, and you're just gone.
Oh my god.
That's like, I feel like that's like, it reminds me of when the comic books would like trade universes, like like fucking like Deadpool would meet Jason Voorhees for like no reason. Deadpool has to fight Jason Voorhees Friday the 13th for no reason.
Just imagine like a serious video, like the song is so like vulnerable and serious, and like you get to the very end, like the last like 10 seconds, Ethan gets just hawked up by a Shrek Terminator UFO, and he's just gone, and you're just like, what the fuck just happened?
You're coming with me on my spaceship?
If you want to live.
If you want to live, come with me.
If you want to live.
Oh, man.
Oh, Christ.
That's literally a hack, like to make interesting sets. Even now with like close to no budget for my shows, the way I could make my shows more interesting is to just completely bite the plot of a random movie and just act out like I'm one of the characters and then just have it be completely random and not make sense.
Ethan Ross, the Fast and the Furious 11 tour. It's all about family.
Bro, that's literally what Damp State is, if you know what Damp State is.
Oh, no, I actually, well, hey, man, great segue, because I wanted to ask you about Damp State. I listened to the song, what was it? Don't give a fuck about you. I forget now, but I promise I listened to it. Yeah, talk to me a little bit about that. So you all are a band?
Yeah, we're a band, and our thing is that it's basically just dry humor, but it ended up being really serious.
You kind of missed the boat on that one.
Yeah, it's we were having the guy who produced Frostbitten, Sensu, had me over his house, and we were having like a writing session or whatever. It turned into a jam session, and then it turned into a band because we all made the song together. And Sensu was like, yo, like, are you taking this for yourself or are we doing this? I'm like, no, let's do it as a group. Let's collab on it. So me, Dolo Tonight, Neanderthal, Rokapara, and Sensu came together. At first we were like, like, this is a cool song. Maybe we'll drop it, whatever. They came up with the band name, and then they're like, yo, let's do a Western themed music video in the desert. And I was like, I don't know if this is going to happen. Then it happened, and it was like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
It was like,
I watched the trailer. I was hoping for the whole video, but
you'll see the whole video, and the whole video is bonkers. It's literally a Western movie.
Where are you all at? I have it pulled up right now. Me and Tanner are looking
Is that
at
in
it.
LA?
Where the fuck are you all?
That was right outside of LA. That was like 45 minutes to an hour outside of the city.
Wow. They just have like a Western set just built for.
Bro, they have sets everywhere.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they literally have sets everywhere.
Damn, wait, hold on. Look at Ethan with the big iron. With the big iron.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was a cowboy, still a cowboy. For some reason, like hella girls I knew like thought it was really hot, and I don't know why. I was like, since when are you guys into this?
Dude, cowboys are in right now. I don't know why.
I don't know why either, but I'm a cowboy now, so.
No, I really like. I really enjoyed the song, but the video I feel like is going to like elevate it though. Just even from the trailer,
go absolutely bonkers. The video is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, and yo,
when's the video come out?
Probably like 2 to 3 weeks. We're hoping for the end of July, and then when the video comes out, we're just going to go crazy and just go crazier.
Moral of the story is just Ethan Ross is just going crazy.
He going crazy.
I'm just going crazy. Like, am I an actor? Am I Shrek? Am I the Terminator?
Are you Ethan Ross? We don't even know.
I'm just Ethan. Everybody else is who they are.
No cap.
I have one random question before we get out of here and start wrapping it up. Can you speak Russian?
A little bit, but whenever I do it, people who actually understand it say I'm doing it wrong. So I don't know if I'm actually doing it right.
I see. Because when I was watching one of the interviews for this, you like glossed over it for a second, but your parents were originally born in the USSR, and then you're the first generation born here in the United States.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I don't think about that all the time, but yeah.
That's dope.
Did they speak Russian? Like, was that like the first language in your house, or did they like try to? Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah,
but you're not.
They
fluent,
always
though.
knew English, huh?
I said, but you're not fluent though.
Me, not at all. They definitely are.
Yeah.
Me, like, I am not even close to fluent in that. Like, I understand it to a degree, but that's even just to a degree.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know my boy Hasbullah?
Who's that?
Hasbulla.
He's like the little
dude on that's like that goes viral every day. It feels like from Russia.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
he's like the little like fighter dude. Like there's like they keep making memes about him being in UFC fights. Hasbulla.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, this is kind of a serious question, but like, how did that affect your like upbringing though? Like having your parents, because like people with foreign parents like grow up with a different set of values and beliefs in their house
completely different
than people like me and Tanner did. So what was that like when you were growing up?
It's a little weird.
Were they
definitely a little weird?
I also feel like a lot of times foreign parents aren't like super supportive of like creative and artistic dreams and whatnot. Is that so? It's something you've experienced as well.
Yeah, it was a process. That's why it was a little weird, because I was always like very strange and ADD and like super emotional and sensitive, and like nobody knew I was gonna come out like that. Like I didn't come out and be like, I am a man. Like, you feel? Yeah. So like, I am a man. Like I never like, that's just not the type of person I ever was. So I think just everyone kind of just realizing who I was, and me realizing who I was, even more importantly. It was just a process. Cause like, I feel like when you're from a place like that, like there's less room for understanding, and a lot of people are super depressed over there, and it goes untreated, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. Like I definitely have like older people in my family, like who have had like unaddressed mental things that they just never went to therapy for. And like now it's crazy, like going to therapy is like normal and a lot of people do it, but you know, over there it's just not really a thing. So when I was younger and I had like all of this chaos going up here, nobody really knew how to address it, not even me. And like when it just came to talking about anything, I didn't know how to talk about it, and I just bottled up everything. It became a really bad habit, bottling things up as I grew older. But I think just like music helped me. And then eventually like getting the help I needed obviously helps. But yeah, music came before the actual help did. Music was really when I felt like the way I was just wrong. I feel like music was there to make me feel like I was right, and like help me feel like everything I thought was wrong with me was actually going to end up helping people and myself. So it works out in the end.
Well, that I think is a fantastic note to end the interview on. Is there anything else you want to speak about before we wrap it up and get out of here?
I don't know, man.
We went through a lot of emotions on this interview. We went through a lot of stuff.
I'm tired.
As always, I want to remind everybody to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Soul Serum. Follow the TV page at Soul Serum TV. Subscribe to us on YouTube, the main page, the TV page, Patreon, Discord, TikTok. Click all the fucking links in the bio down below.
Watch the Frostbitten video.
Ethan Ross, where can they find you on the internet?
Instagram at The Real Ethan Ross. And everywhere else, Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, YouTube, Ethan Ross. Think there's a soccer player also named Ethan Ross. So
there is. I had to sift through a lot of soccer player Ethan Ross stuff doing the research for this interview. So
you get some music, you get some soccer.
Googled it, man. With all of that being said, as always, I'm your host, Clay Bonine.
I'm your co-host, T. Mavis.
Tri-host Ethan Ross.
Ooh, a tri-host. I like that.
Tri-host.
Deuces, everybody. We will see y'all next week.
Peace.